Hello Power users, Zbigniew Lukowski here with my $1 million haircut, and today we will be talking how to first create and then send a JSON collection from Powerapps to Power Automate or wherever you want. And we'll do a hands-on example with this. We will also talk about difficulties, about obstacles which you can have in this particular example. So Zbigniew Lukowski in, let's start. Okay, so first let's start in the blank screen our Powerapps. I will create two buttons. First button, let's go with the clear collect function. In this function, let's name our collection, and I have my data table in the Dataverse, but you can use SharePoint and you can use just a regular collection creation if you want, item by item. For this example, this is not important, but I've used this just to have the image there. Okay, so let's create it. Here I have a gallery with the items I have in my collection. So I have name and picture and also a lot of metadata about those records. So let's first maybe rename this to create collection, up, and in here, send JSON to, no, it's just JSON. Okay, so in this button, what I want to do is to create a JSON and we will see if it's working. So I want to use first the set, and let's go with var collection JSON. Okay, and the value should be in the JSON function. I want to first specify the data, so it will be our collection JSON board games. Great. Then, as you see, our other format is the format which will create the JSON schema, right? So first of all, I have compact, which will just send the pure JSON, and the format indent for, which will also get the tabs, the four white characters for it to look nice. We can include binary data or ignore binary data. This will either ignore my images or change them to base 4064, which may be important for you, and ignore unsupported types. There will be a couple problems with unsupported types. For now, let's go with the simple format JSON, and we will see what will be the problems. If we close this function, then first of all, we see that the JSON value contains media which are not supported by the data. So what we need by the JSON function. So what we need to do is to create another JSON format, because you can create many. This is a hack, right? Some of you have problems with this. And we will just ignore the binary data for now. Oh, another error. How convenient. Let's see what it means. And as you can see, we cannot serialize tables object with the nested property owner ID value because they are type polymorphic. So what we need to do for now is just set another JSON format and go with the ignore unsupported types. I'm using this example because many of you can have problems on this stage. So this is a simple and quick solution. And we have we have variable var collection JSON. Okay, so for this I want to have collection JSON dot. Oh, it's already in the text. Sorry. I forgot it was not an object, it will create a string. Okay, so as you can see, we have already our perfect schema. You can see, you can copy it. Why you will need to copy it, you will see later. Okay, So now how to send it to Power Automate. Okay, so let's go to Powerapps. Let's go to the flows. Okay, so now let's try to create a flow for Power Automate. It will be an instant cloud flow. It comes from Powerapp. And here I will add an input as a text. Input will be, let's call it collection JSON. Add a new step. I want to create a variable from this. Should be var JSON collection. But you also can use this input directly to parse the JSON. I'm just using it for testing right now. String, and the value will be here. So let's save the flow. Saved. Okay, so let's go to our Power App. It will be going here on the left side. Yeah, we need to refresh. Okay. Forget you need to refresh each time you add a flow. I thought it could refresh from time to time. Okay, I have my Power Automate. So now when I have sent JSON, I can use first of all, let's drop this, the set function up. Oops. And let's go with run. Actually, if you will want to drop the test, the set function, you probably get a Boolean value in your value of Power Automate. So here we have a name of our Power Automate flow and the function run, which will get the arguments. And our argument is just our JSON. So we can close the parentheses. We can also drop this up. Okay, so let's try it and see what happens. Okay. Run history. Our flow ran successfully. Our variable was initialized with our collection. That's great. We can copy the schema. Also, if you need a schema, Control C. If you need a schema, I already showed you that you can get the schema in your label in Powerapps, but you will need to add the square brackets at the front at the end. And why we need the schema? We will just modify our flow, new step, parse JSON up. The content will be from our variable. Okay, so where we are taking the schema from, we have our flow run. Let's go to our flow run. Hop, let's go to the failed one because I want to show you something. We have the content. We will get it from initialize variable. You can copy this value. Up. Control C, Control C, Control V. Sorry. Cut. And generate from sample. You can throw a sample. You can press done. And in here you have your schema. Okay, so let's save it and let's see what happens. This is saved, cool. Let's refresh this one. Oh, some JSON's having a problem. Not a problem at all. Something with the changes. Okay, let's go. Let's send the JSON. Let's go back. Let's go to our flow. Let's see, it failed. Why? This is interesting. Invalid type, expected string but got null. Okay, so your schema is like this. It expects only string, etc. So what we need to do is to change. Let's go. I've already typed it here, and our sample will need in the type an array of types. It could be either the string or the null, because my data is not that great. Name and being here. Hop. Save. Let's send the JSON again. It succeeded. Okay. Our parse JSON is working. We have now JSON with a working body. Okay, so this is something you need to remember, that your schema may be actually flawed, may be incorrect because of those possible scenarios when your data is not yet fully robust, not yet fully created, and you will need to change the either to change and correct the data on in your database, but you can also create a possibility for the fields to be nullable. So either you have string or you have null. But remember, this is only for the testing. In the actual real life scenario, your database should be correct. If something is required, there you cannot have null fields there, right? It's flow on your part, on part of our app, or on part of the database. So, but this is really a possible error. But if it's not required, if the field is optional and you get the null error, then of course you need to change the type from its original type to the table of types and enable null there. This is important. So you have a working JSON. Congratulations. Now you can use the what you can do. You can, for example, use apply to each control, and then from the JSON, from the parse JSON, you have the body, the item in the body. So for apply to each body, you can gather info there and do whatever you want with this info. I won't specify many examples, but you can send an email, or you can change the database, or you can do anything. It will be ultra fast working with JSON. So a complicated computing done in Powerapps may be really fast, much faster in the Power Automate when you send a whole JSON table, and it will. For example, I remember done testing that it was like 50 times faster than the regular Powerapps computing power to do this in the Power Automate. So this is one solution. You can send all the emails you want. You can change all the database you want, the SharePoint list, etc. much faster, and this will avoid many problems with concurrency, with your users being stuck in your application. Okay, so hope that helped. Let's wrap it up. So in order to creation a JSON and send it to Powerapps, you first need to create a collection. Then you need to create a Power Automate and send the JSON type with remember or all the different formats you need if your data is complicated. Then in the Powerapps, you will create a Powerup automation flow with the instance, with the input. You will parse the JSON. You will get a schema from sample from running your flows by initializing variable. then the schema may be correct or may not be correct. If it's not correct, you will need to add the nullable in the types of string. And then you got the working parse JSON, which you can use in apply to each or any other scenario you want. So hope that helps. Zbigniew Lukowski out. See you. Oh, and remember, I have many other videos of Powerapps, Power Automate, etc. Just look at it. You can subscribe, like. I've put a real effort in this video, so hope it was helpful. See you later. Zbigniew Lukowski out.